The story begins in the Resistance stronghold, hidden deep within the Valewood forest. General Amira, hardened by years of battle, addresses her soldiers about the worsening state of the war. The Dominion's dark magic is spreading across Vesfera, corrupting the land and its people. Amira's speech is interrupted by Isha the Oracle, who emerges from her trance-like state with a cryptic prophecy: the blade of Eldoria lies dormant, veiled by pride. 4 souls, unburdened by vanity, must awaken it. Amira is skeptical but listens. Isha explains that the blade of Eldoria, a weapon capable of turning the tide of the war, can only be activated by a ritual involving the symbolic act of shaving one's head, an act of humility, courage, and devotion. The chosen 4 must represent the pillars of the resistance: courage, wisdom, strength, and hope. The Resistance Council is divided. Some view the prophecy as a waste of time, while others see it as their only chance. Amira is torn but ultimately agrees to lead the mission, selecting herself, Isha, Naomi, and Lyra as the chosen 4. Each woman has a unique reaction. Amira struggles with relinquishing her identity as the unyielding general, whose appearance has always commanded respect. Naomi sees it as an opportunity to atone for her past sins but fears the judgment of her comrades. Lyra is eager to prove herself but feels unworthy of such an important role. Isha, despite her composed exterior, dreads losing her visions, which she believes are tied to her long hair. The group prepares for the journey, each silently grappling with the enormity of what lies ahead. The journey to the Forbidden Peaks is fraught with danger. The group faces constant attacks from Oryx's dark soldiers and the harsh elements of the wilderness. Along the way, their internal struggles come to the forefront. Amira and Lyra, during an ambush, Lyra's inexperience puts the group in danger. Amira harshly reprimands her, but later, in a quiet moment by the campfire, she opens up about her own mistakes as a young soldier. Amira's words inspire Lyra to keep going, and the two form a bond akin to mentor and protege. Naomi and Isha. Naomi confesses her guilt over the lives she took while serving the Dominion. Isha, despite her mystical aura, shares her own doubts about the prophecy and the cost of losing her visions. Their conversations reveal a growing mutual respect, as Naomi begins to see herself as more than her past and Isha acknowledges the humanity behind her role as an oracle. The group faces a turning point when they encounter a Dominion patrol. Outnumbered, Amira makes a bold decision. She shaves her head in front of the enemy, declaring her commitment to the resistance and the prophecy. The group retreats to a secluded glade after the battle with the Dominion patrol, knowing they must complete the act of unity to continue their journey. With a solemn air, Amira sits on a stone, her sword unsheathed and glinting in the moonlight. She pulls a blade across her scalp, cutting away the first lock of her hair. The soldiers around her watch in awe, and the air is thick with the weight of her decision. "This is no longer about me," Amira declares, her voice strong but tinged with emotion. "This is about all of us. Our pride, our pasts, they mean nothing if we fail." Naomi steps forward next, taking the blade from Amira. Her hands tremble as she begins to cut away her dark, braided hair. As each strand falls, she whispers the names of the people she has wronged, tears streaming down her face. This is my redemption," she says softly, gazing at the pile of hair at her feet before handing the blade to Lyra. Lyra hesitates, gripping the blade tightly. "I'm afraid," she admits, her voice barely above a whisper. "What if I'm not enough?" Amira kneels beside her, placing a comforting hand on her shoulder. "None of us were ready for this. But courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting despite it." Taking a deep breath, Lyra slices through her hair, her young face hardening with determination. As her locks fall away, a new confidence emerges. "I'll be enough," she says firmly, handing the blade to Isha. Isha's expression is unreadable as she takes the blade. Her long, silver hair has been a symbol of her connection to the divine, and the act feels like severing a part of her identity. She looks at the others and smiles faintly. "If my visions fade, so be it. My wisdom will remain." With a single, fluid motion, she removes her hair, the strands scattering in the wind like silver threads. The four women stand together, their shaved heads gleaming under the moonlight. Around them, the resistance soldiers kneel, inspired by the women's sacrifice and unity. The group is no longer just four individuals, they are a force bound by purpose and courage. After weeks of hardship, the group reaches the Forbidden Peaks. The ancient temple housing the Blade of Eldoria is guarded by powerful magical wards and spectral guardians. To pass, the women must confront their deepest fears and insecurities. Amira faces a vision of her fallen comrades, accusing her of leading them to their deaths. She realizes that leadership is not about being perfect but about carrying the weight of others' sacrifices. Naomi is haunted by the faces of those she assassinated, but she finds strength in the knowledge that her actions now can save countless lives. Isha sees a future where her visions are gone, leaving her feeling powerless. She embraces the idea that her value lies in her wisdom, not her prophecies. Lyra is confronted by her family, who question her worthiness. She overcomes her doubt, realizing that courage is not the absence of fear but the decision to act despite it. Having passed these trials, the group performs the ritual. As their heads are shaved, the temple's wards dissipate, and the Blade of Eldoria emerges from its resting place. Each woman places a hand on the blade, awakening its power. The artifact amplifies their strengths, turning them into a formidable force. The Dominion's forces, led by their commander, arrive at the temple. In a visually stunning sequence, the four women wield the Blade of Eldoria together, unleashing its energy to decimate the enemy's dark magic. The battle is fierce, but the Resistance's forces, inspired by the bravery of the four, join the fight and overwhelm the Dominion. Amira leads the charge, her shaved head now a symbol of resilience and strength. Naomi's agility and cunning turn the tide in critical moments. Lyra's determination inspires the recruits, while Isha uses her remaining mystical knowledge to outwit the enemy's sorcerers. The battle ends in victory, but at great cost. The Blade of Eldoria, having fulfilled its purpose, disintegrates, leaving the women forever changed by their journey. The resistance celebrates their victory, but the women know the fight for Vesphira is far from over. Amira, acknowledging the need for new leadership, steps down and names Lyra as her successor. Naomi takes on the role of training new defectors, determined to help others find redemption. Isha vanishes into the wilderness, her purpose fulfilled, leaving behind a message of hope. The final scene shows the four women standing together one last time, their shaved heads glinting in the sunlight. As they part ways, their bond remains unbroken, a testament to their shared sacrifice and the hope they have ignited in Vesphira.